Okay, so what is sales target? What is your sales target for the year 2020? You have mentioned your financial targets, all right? You say your financial target is 200 million. For you to be able to achieve 200 million, I say if your sales commission is 10%, for you to be able to achieve sales target of for you to be able to achieve your financial target of 200 million, what that means is that you need to have a financial target, a sales target of 2 billion. 10% of 2 billion will give you 200 million, right? So that is the statistics. So now let's even understand what a sales target is. If you are to talk about sales target, we really need to understand what a sales target is. What is a sales target? Does anyone has a sales target, or do every one of us here has a sales target? So as a realtor, if the first thing at the beginning of the year, from possibly some of the realtors I work with, we start setting sales target for the new year from October of the outgoing year. From October, November, December, we have started setting sales target for the upcoming year. Okay, so if you know, please, if you know there's noise in your end, please make sure. Okay, let me mute everybody. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So what is a sales target? Let me go straight to the definition. There are different definitions for sales target, but they all pass the same meaning. A sales target is a sales tool. So a sales target is not a wishful thinking, it's a tool, right? That enables you to easily measure and estimate your opportunity contribution to your sales goal. A sales target is a sales tool that enables you to easily measure and estimate your opportunity contribution to your sales goal. But I won't be using this definition. I'm going to be using a different definition. So now this is the definition we'll be using. A sales target is a document setting a sales target. It states the estimated number of transactions, number of products that needs to be sold, number of customers needed, the volume for each transaction, the time frame for achievement, and the total budget needed to close the sales, or needed to meet the sales. All right? So that is what a sales target is. So if you have not think of a sales target before, so when anyone tell me I have in the group, I remember for those of you who joined the group earlier as Group A, the early group that has been on for about some weeks now. So those of you who joined that group, I remember asking a question in the WhatsApp section, asking you a question. What is your sales target? I heard some people say my sales target is 400 million. Some say 500 million. Some say 1 billion. So everybody has different sales target. But the question is, most of you don't know the number of transactions you need to get, the number of products you need to sell, the number of customers that need to, let's say you want to sell 200 plots of land. Do you need 200 customers to be able to sell the 200 plots of land? You need to state it so you know that you are looking for 200 customers, right? Or some person you might also set a sales target to say, I need just 100 customers. What that means is I will make sure each customer is able to buy an average of 2 plots, right? For you to be, or 2 units, for me to be able to achieve my sales target of selling 200 plots, right? So which of them do you have? Each of them that you have set for yourself, you must have a strategy on how to achieve it, right? So because this will determine the number of lead you should generate. This should determine the type of lead you should generate. So if you say, let's say the properties you are selling is 5 million naira, and you need to sell 200 units of 5 million naira to be able to get your sales target of, let's say, 1 billion. You need to sell 200 units of 5 million naira property to be able to achieve a sales target of 1 billion. So what do you need to do? Now, If you say you want to sell for 200 customers, that means you need to have a customers that each person should be able to afford 5 million naira. But if you say, no, I want to sell to only 500, I want to sell to only 100 customers, what that means is the type of lead you should generate should be able to afford 10 million naira each, which means each person should buy at least 2 plots for you to achieve your sales target. So if you go about generating lead that cannot afford 10 million naira, there's no way you can achieve your sales target, okay? Because all of this lead generation is largely dependent on your sales target, okay? And the strategy you intend to use. And when I mean strategy, I'm talking about what approach do you want to use? Is it by increasing the number of customers, or is it by increasing the number of transactions? Okay, is it by getting people, everyone to buy each plot, or is it by getting one customer, each customer to buy at least 2 plots? What is the approach you want to use? Okay, because this will also determine the number of leads you should. So if now, Mr. Samuel, are you there? Hello,
Yeah,
Mr.
yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, now this takes me to my next question to you. So
We are here. We are here.
okay, so this takes me to my next question. My next question to you is this. If I give you 10 leads, okay, let me even ask you, let me know, before I do that, let me ask you a direct question. Last year, what was your sales volume last year?
My sales volume last year was about 25 that I got.
25 million.
No. I thought you were asking me sales volume.
Okay, yes, sales volume. 25, that is 25 units.
Yes.
Okay, you sold 25 units last year.
Yes.
All right. Okay, that is fine. So, and in terms of amount, what is the value of your transaction last year? What was the value of your transactions last year?
It's about around 75 million.
Around 25 million.
75.
Okay, 75 million.
Yeah.
Okay, that is good. So you sold a total of 20-something units and
Yes.
made a sale of 70-something million. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now the question is, how many leads did you generate last year to be able to achieve that value? How many customers bought this? How many customers bought these 20-something units?
Okay, about 21 of them bought, because some of them bought more than one.
Okay, some bought more than one. So 21, average of approximately 21. Okay, so that is fine. Now the next question I'm going to ask you is, how many leads did you get to be able to achieve this figure?
I can't put a number to that, but so many. So more than 1,000.
Okay, it was more than 1,000. Now, okay, let me ask you another question. If I give you 10 leads based on your strengths, your conversion ability. If I give you 10 leads in a month, how many can you convert?
I can convert at least 7.
7?
Yeah. Of that 10.
Please, every other person, if you can hear me, put your own response on the comment section. If I give you 10 leads in a month, how many can you convert? Everybody, straight down to the comment section. Everybody to the comment section. If you have 10 leads in a month, how many can you convert? If I give you 10 leads in a month, how many can you convert? Everybody to the comment section. Let me even see the ability, your conversion strength. Somebody said 3. Okay, who else? 5. Somebody said 5. Coach Inge, 5. I can be able to convert 3. 3, okay? Somebody said 5, okay? Please, let's everybody respond. How will you do it? Now I said 10. You say you convert 12. Where will you add the remaining 2 from? Please, everybody, please. 5, 3. Okay. 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. All right. Oh, everybody, the lead must be qualified, though I can convert 7. All right. If I'm given 10, I will convert 1. Okay. 3. All right. Everybody, I've not gotten, we have over 30-something person in the group or in the meeting. I need response from everybody. If you know you are in the class, please everyone respond. I want the class to be lively. I want everybody to respond. I don't hold a class where I only do the talking. It will get to a time I will expect everybody to talk. You have to sit in a place that is lighting enough to put on your camera. All right. So everyone, I want response from you. Everybody, respond from you right now. Okay. So now let's proceed. Okay. Now back to Mr. Samuel. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Now the next question. You say you convert 7. Though I
Yes, I
doubt
can do
that
that.
ability of converting 7, but let me just agree with you. Now, if you can convert 7, all right? If you can convert 7 and you are trying to sell 200 units, from what you say, you need to sell 200 units, okay? To be able to make the 2 billion right here now, okay? So the next question is, how many leads do you need to be able to convert 200 units? Since you can convert 7 out of 10. Please, every other
Well,
person,
that are giving me depending on their status. You know, you are selecting from a 10, which means their status is, they can buy. They have a
okay, now
buy.
let me give you, let me make it simple. Okay, let me say, let's say your leased property is 5 million naira. All right,
Okay.
your leased property is 5 million naira, and each of them can buy at least 1 plot. So how many leads do you need to be able to convert 200?
I'll need about 1,000 thereabout.
Are you sure it's not more than 1,000?
If I would be close 200 and my clothes is 5,000, I'll be how much is it for?
Okay. Now, this is the idea I'm trying to bring out. Now the question is, okay, let's say you should make 1,000. That is in the 12 months, you need 1,000 leads. Let's just say 1,000 leads to be able to close 200. All right. Now the question I'm going to ask you is this: currently, how many leads are you generating in a month? Mr. Samuel, are you there? Mr. Samuel, are you there?
I believe he's there. The questions are too tough.
You say?
As I believe he's hearing you, but the questions are becoming too tough.
No, the questions are not tough, but I'm going to answer some of them as we proceed, all right? But the truth is, I'm just trying to tax every one of you. Okay, okay, it's like he went offline before he's back. The questions I'm asking is to tax you to think. I'm sorry to say, most realtors don't like to think for themselves. That is one challenge some realtors have. I work with a lot of realtors from 2015 till date. I've been working with at least 100 realtors every year. At least 100 realtors every year, an average of 100 realtors every year. That is directly, I'm not talking about those whom I do training for within their companies and so on. Okay, so, but back to the point. Mr. Samuel, are you back now?
Yes, I'm back. I'm back.
All right. So I was asking earlier, how many leads do you currently generate in a month? How many? We already agreed that for you to be able to achieve, let's say 200 sales, 200 units of sales, you need to generate an average of 1,000 lead. The question is, okay, now 1,000 divided by 12 will give you how many? Everybody can calculate this one. 1,000 divided by 12, what's the answer? 1,000 divided by 12. Everybody, punch your calculator. If you don't know mathematics, punch your calculator. Marketers must be good with numbers. 1,000 divided by 12 will give you how many? Anybody can respond at the comment section. Okay, 83 leads. All right. What that means is, on average, you need to generate 83 leads per month, Mr. Samuel. So the question is, how many leads are you currently generating?
My lead generation is so poor. Like so poor. Like I don't really put much money into lead generation right now. I generate less than 50 in a week.
Less than what?
50 in a week.
Less than 50. No, this is in a
In a
month. We are
week.
even talking about. Okay, that is fine. Because of time, let's proceed. So if you look at it, Mr. Samuel, though he knows that he needs to generate 1,000 leads to be able to meet his sales target, but like he has rightly said, he is lazy, or he doesn't pay much attention to his lead generation activity. And that, I believe, is going to affect his sales negatively. So the same thing applies to every other person here. If you want to be generating, if you want to meet your sales target, you need to do these little arithmetics that we have just done. Know the number of units you need to sell, know your conversion ability, then decide that how many do I, then make your calculation, how many leads do I need to generate in total in this year to be able to achieve my sales target. Okay? When you know the number of leads you need to generate to achieve your sales target, divide it by 12, break it down, and know, okay, every week I need to generate this type of lead. All right? So that is all I'll be saying in this section before I move to the next slide. So now the next question is, if you know the number, the next thing, how many customers, we already talked about this customer part. Now this customer part is dependent on the type of customers you want to get. Are you getting, is your sales strategy getting the customers to buy more? Each customer should buy more than one plot or more than one unit. Is that your approach? Or is your approach for every customer to buy one? For those of you who joined this group or who joined this training from the first group that is already filled with 200%, for those of you who joined the group, who joined the training from that group, you know I posted something using a voice note some days ago where I explained that there are different ways of increasing our revenue. And I mentioned 3 or 4 approaches of increasing our revenue. Number 1, increase the number of customers. So if you had made, like Mr. Samuel said, the total customers he dealt with last year was about 25. And out of the, so if he wants to increase his sales target, one choice he have is to increase the number of customers. Again, that is number 1. Number 2 approach he has is to increase the volume of each transaction. And what I mean by the volume of each transaction is that he needs to get leads that, or get customers that can buy more than one unit.
Yes, I trust you.
Make the customers to buy more than one unit for him to be able to achieve his sales targets. Okay? And the other option I mentioned is to increase the frequency. Increasing the frequency is getting customers that have purchased before, like those your 20-something customers you sold to last year. How many of them can you get to buy again? All right? That is what we mean by the 3rd option. Then the last option, which is the 4th option, is to be able to get your customers. The 4th option is to increase the prices of the products you sell. So if you were selling 5 million naira product last year, this year you should increase to selling products of maybe 10 million. Are we together? If I'm communicating, if you understand what I'm saying, go to the comment section and say, I can understand you. If you don't understand, also say, I don't understand. Right now, let's do that in the next few seconds. In the next few seconds, let's do that right away. If you can understand what we are saying, I get value, and I'm getting value, I can understand you, right? Who else? Who else? If you are not understanding, please state, I don't really understand the approach, because this will affect the practical you are going to do. The reason I'm spending this time, okay, you just joined, there's nothing you can do about it. So if you were in the class before that, you should have understood. I don't really understand. I am getting value. I don't really understand. iPhone, you have been going on and off. I just joined. For those who just joined, there's nothing I can do about it, because the link was published on time. If you just joined, that is nobody's fault. All right? Okay, I can understand. I can understand. For those of you who have joined from the beginning and you can't understand, now I'm just going to summarize what I've said before we proceed. I started the class with having Mr. Samuel as my co-anchor, and I'm using him as a case study here. And I said everybody should write down the questions I asked him. I've asked him some series of questions already. But where we are currently, according to Mr. Samuel, last year he sold to approximately, is it 21 customers or 25 customers? Last year, that was the number of customers he sold to last year. And those customers, in total, the total purchase they made is a total of 70-something million last year. Okay, 70-something million last year. So, and now I'm saying this year, Mr. Samuel said his sales targets, or his financial target, or his commission target for this year is, he said his commission target for this year is 200 million. And we are saying that for him to make 200 million commission, let's say the commission is, if the commission is 10%, 10%, for him to get 200 million, it means he needs to make a total sale of 2 billion naira for him to get a commission worth, for him to get a commission worth that amount of 200 million. Okay, so that is what we said. Now the question is, how many leads does he need? Mr. Samuel said if you give him 10 leads, he can convert 7. All right. So if he can convert 7, so how many leads does he need to be able to make? So we have also gone ahead to calculate that he needs an average of 200 customers, right, to be able to meet the 2 billion sales target. 2 billion sales target, 200 customers. And for him to get 200 customers, based on the arithmetics, we say he needed an average, based on his conversion ability, he needed an average of 1,000 leads. And I asked the question, how many leads is it currently generating in a month? And from what he told us, he doesn't really pay much attention to his lead. So the number of leads you are generating would affect your sales. So for those of you who said 3, I don't know your sales target. For those of you who said 3, how many 3 you can convert 3 out of 10? So you need to calculate to find out how many leads you need to generate. Okay, and now set a plan for yourself to say, okay, how do I start generating this lead? All right. So that is where we are. That's just a summary of what we are currently. So how many customers do you need?
Like 5,000.
Okay, somebody say 5,000. All right. You need 5,000 leads, but the question is, how many are you generating right now? In a month, we are past 3 months of the year already. For the first quarter, how many leads did you generate? Okay, let me mute everybody. Sorry, for those of, don't worry, I'll mute everybody from this section. Exception of, like I said, only Mr. Samuel is allowed to unmute himself unless you want to ask it. But like I said, everybody, if you have anything to say, put it on the comment section. Okay? So back to the section again. So we already agreed we need 200, we need the number of customers you need is 200. All right? So that is if, depending on your approach, is either you get the customer to buy more. Each customer, if you want to reduce the number of customers from 200 to 100, you can say, I want to get leads that each customer should be able to afford. If your price of your property is 5 million naira, you need to get each customer that you get must be able to buy 2 plots, that or 2 units, depending on the property you are selling. So 2 units, and that 2 units is 10 million, which means you must get customers that can afford 2 million, 10 million each. And when you get 100 of it, you have met your sales target. All right. So these are different approaches you can also use. But let's proceed. I already explained all of that before. So now the next question is, how well do you know your customer? Do you know your customer? How well do you know them? Okay. If you're now, I'm going to ask a question I asked some days ago in one of the WhatsApp group. If your customers were to be a fish, please listen. If your customer was a fish, what fish would the customer be? Please state it on the comment section. If your customer were to be a fish, what fish would you liken your customer to? That is question number 1. Question number 2, if your customer were to be an animal in the forest, what animal would the customer be? Please put it, the target customer, the type of customers you want to buy from you. If they were fishes, what type of fish would they be? If they were animal, what type of animal would they be? Now go to the comment section and begin to type that out immediately. In the next few seconds, let's do that. In the next few seconds, I want to see response. This class is too dull for my liking. Shark and lion. Abigail says shark and lion. All right. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Elephants, whale and lion. Shark and lion, shark and elephant, shark and lion, shark and eagles, and so on and so forth. Okay, because of time, you can still put your response, but I'm going to explain this now. Now, the question is, why do you liken your customer to a shark? What do you know about the shark? What attributes are you seeing in a shark that you are comparing your customer to? What attributes are you seeing in a whale that you are comparing your customer to? What are the similarities? Please state the similarity now. I want response. Similarities between your customers and that animal. What did you see? Or what are the attributes you are feeling the customer you should have that why you compare them to a shark, to a whale, and so on and so forth? Please, let's state that. Let's do that in a few minutes. What are the attributes? Because all these are necessary in your lead generation process. You must know your customers, all right? You must know your customers. If you don't know your customers, forget lead generation. If you don't know your target customers, forget lead generation. If you don't know your target customer, there's no way you will know the platform to run your ad. If you don't know your target customer, there is no way you will know when and what time to run the ad. If you don't know your target customer, you won't know what type of ad to run, because there are customers that don't feed on everything. They are selective in what they feed on. So if you are, there are customers, sharks are aggressive. Somebody's responding. Okay, sharks are aggressive and eagles are quite classy. Okay. Now, when you talk about aggressive is a relative term, bros. Aggressive in buying or aggressive in the way they talk to you. So that one day one of them will break your head. Abi, if they are aggressive, what's your definition of aggressiveness? Okay, so the question is, I was asking the attributes. The attributes, what is the similarity? Okay, someone here say whale and elephant because of financial muscle. Are you really sure the whale has financial muscle? Now I can say that this, if you compare them to whale are not, you can't really say whales have financial muscle in the water. Why? Because whales drink water. All right? Whales drink water. So you don't go and look at the sizes of the people to think they have money. If you are looking at whale and you are looking at from the angle of financial muscle, that it has big size does not mean it can afford, or that does not mean it has the money. That the person is driving a big car does not mean he has money. There are people who are driving big car in credit or on credit. There are people who are driving big car. They find it difficult to fuel their cars. Okay? So don't just look at the outward appearance to do your comparison. Okay? So lions are strong and can go for flesh whenever he's hungry. Okay? They go for what they want. Okay? They are go-getters. Okay? I could agree with that of lion. They are go-getters. When they are hunters. When they are out to achieve anything, they go out, all out, and they get it. Okay? When they set their financial goals for the year, they don't bother whether the price will stop. They don't want to bother about the price. All they are after is, provided this is what I want and this is the amount it's going to take me to achieve this thing, I will go all out to get it. That is how some people think. All right, this is the angle I want you to think from. Okay, but time will not permit us to go further on this question, but let's proceed to other slide. All right, do you know your customers? Now, what are the things you even need to know about your customers? Okay, let's proceed for now. Let me leave this slide. So, at the questions, comment section, please. I need questions. Comment section. I'm going to attend to the first 5 questions in the comment section. First 5 questions in the comment section. Let's get it started. 5 questions in the comment section, because I'm gradually getting to the end of all this theory section and I'm going into the details of lead generation. Okay, so I want to get the first 5 questions, then I will proceed. First 5 questions before we proceed. First 5 questions before we proceed. Any question? I have limited time. If there's no question, I will proceed to the next thing. Any question? Like I promised, I'll be giving break forever. How do I sell to? Please, can you ask question based on the thing that has been asked, the things that have been taught? Ask question based on things that have been taught, please. How do I generate my kind of lead? How do I know your kind of lead? You didn't state your kind of lead, so how do I know? So I need another question. I don't know your kind of lead. So another question, please. Another question. Another question. Another question. Based on the section that has been covered, another question. We just try to cover, what we just covered now is more about sales target, setting up your sales target. That is more about what we have covered. Okay? If there's no question, then I'm proceeding to the next slide. Now let's begin to identify what a lead is. What is a lead? We're talking about lead. Okay, what is really a lead? All right? A lead is any person or the contact details of a person who indicates interest in a company's product or services in one form or the other. That is what a lead is. A lead, it is not until I come to you physically, that is when I become a lead. A lead could be my contact details. Okay? So the question is, how do you get the contact details? Or how do you get me to show interest in your product, in your service, or in your brand? There are 3 things a lead can show interest on. Number 1, the brand. Number 2, the product. Number 3, the services. These 3 things are common things that lead will show interest in. So all leads are not equal. Some lead only have interest in your brand. Maybe you posted a video, a fine girl, you posted a video where you were talking, or you look gorgeous. You posted a picture where you are looking all classy, all right? And I decided to comment that you are looking good. Or I comment, that was great, great, nice. When you post a video, you were saying something and I just come down and I commented on that video and I say nice. What does nice mean? Nice in your approach of presentation. I might not be interested in what you are offering. I'm only interested in your approach of presentation. So because I say nice does not mean you start sending me, asking me, when do I want to buy? I didn't tell you I want to buy anything. I just said nice. Okay? So, a lead. Now, let's proceed. Because I will explain further. Now, when you talk about a lead, you need to talk about how to generate the lead. Now, let's go to the business of the day, lead generation. What is lead generation? Lead generation is the process of attracting prospective to your business and increasing their interest through nurturing. Interest through nurturing. Sorry. Through nurturing, or with the end goal of converting them into a customer. Okay? So now let me ask you, for those of you who have been saying, I've been generating lead, but they are not buying, have you been nurturing them? Or immediately they show you interest, you begin to ask them to fill form to buy your products. Or you begin to tell them, when are you going to buy? How have you nurtured them? Okay? There is a funnel that starts with lead generation, and after lead generation comes prospecting, and after prospecting comes sales. Okay? So after lead is not sales. After lead comes prospecting. Prospecting is the same thing as nurturing. Okay? And the act of nurturing is the process where you eliminate the buying barriers. It is the point where you eliminate or take away the buying challenges. It is the process where you eliminate the excuses. It is the process where you eliminate the objections. It is the process where you eliminate the uncommon things that exist between you and the customer, because you must have a common background for you to be able to for you to be able to connect. There must be a connection for the sales process to take place. And the first product is not what you are selling. You or your brand is the first product. All right? But let's leave that for now. So the next question is, how do we generate lead? If we agree that lead generation is a process of attracting people, prospective people, and so on, all right? And increasing their interest and so on. Now, let me ask a question. Let's go back to the comment section. Now, everybody back to the comment section. Okay? Okay? Back to the comment section. And what I want to ask in the comment section is, what are the processes you have been using to generate lead? Now, I need comments. What are the processes you have been using to generate lead before now? Everybody, what are the processes you have been using to generate lead? What are the processes you have been using to generate lead? Let's get it started. What are the processes you have been using to generate lead? How have you been generating lead all this while? How have you been generating lead before now? How have you been generating lead? So I don't mean platform. I say how, because there's a difference between the how and the platform. Organically, that is not what organically. Okay, you need, that is too shallow also. All right, I don't need platform. I did not ask you where have you been generating lead. I say how have you been generating lead. God. Okay, go on. Keep stating. I use inquiry post by sending them goodwill messages with the intention, with the use of attention grabber, by shaking hands. Okay. Oh my God, this is getting interesting, because I can really see some of the challenges some of you are having. Now, let me see. Free ebook. All right, David said free ebook. Meeting people one-on-one and hosting WhatsApp webinar to speak about benefits of investing in real estate. And from there, see who is interested, all right? Broadcast, oh, so on and so forth. Okay, only 2 persons gave me something worthwhile here. Reaching out to them through broadcast, ads, okay. Oh. All right, it's enough. Thank you very much for your time, all right? So I will only be using webinars, okay? All right. Okay, now, this is it. Referrals, okay? Okay, now let me go back to explaining. Now, anytime you talk about lead generation, please listen. Anytime you hear somebody talk about lead generation, how many of you know how to catch fish here? Let me see. Okay, let me ask the next question. Because I like using abstract things to pass my messages. How many of you know how to catch fish here? You grew up in a riverine area. You can catch fish. Indicates. If you can catch fish, indicates here. If you know how to catch fish, indicates. Do we have those from the Port Harcourt, the lag from Ondo states? Okay, I'm seeing people raising up their hands. Okay, I just like people who can catch fish. You can catch fish. Okay, all right. We have 2 persons who can catch fish. That is fine. All right. So I'm going to call you out. Okechukwu, I believe that is a guy's name. Mr. Okechukwu, are you there? Please unmute yourself. Mr. Okechukwu, unmute yourself and respond. Mr. Okechukwu, are you there? Okay, Mr. Okechukwu is not seems to be there. Oppo A15, are you there?
Hello.
Please be audible. I can't really hear you. Be audible, please.
Hello. Can you
All
hear
right.
me
Who
now?
is speaking? Is that Mr. Okechukwu speaking?
Okay, Chukwu on the line.
Huh?
Okay, Chukwu, yes.
Okay, all right. So you say, please, everybody listen. You say you can catch fish. Okay, so what do you use? What do you use to catch fish, please? Net or hook?
Hook.
Hook. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you use hook. Now, have you ever gone to the river and you throw ordinary hook in the river and you caught fish before?
It doesn't happen. No.
It doesn't happen. All right.
No.
So what do you use when you want to catch fish?
Most probably I use all these what is it called, the mini what's the name again? This worm-like thing.
Okay,
Put
worm.
it in the,
Earthworm.
that kind of, yeah, earthworm. That's the name. Yes.
All right. So you use earthworm. Now,
Yes.
what are the kind of fish you've caught before?
Maybe all these catfish, little ones.
Okay, catfish. Now,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Thank you so much for those responses. Now, I want to say something in response to what he had just said. When you think of generating lead, you think of fishing. All right? Think of catching fish with a hook. And when you think of catching fish with a hook, know that you are not even Jesus Christ. Okay? That will say, go to the river, catch fish, and you will see fish, money in the mouth of the fish. You are not Jesus Christ. Okay? So now take note of this. So if you must catch fish, you need a bait. That worm is referred to as a bait. Am I right, Mr. Okechukwu? So, and if it is a bait, now the question is, what have you been using? If you have not been using, when I asked how have you been prospecting or how have you been generating your lead, I was referring to what have you been using to generate or to attract them. And remember the type of, Mr. Okechukwu said, when he wants to catch, the type of fish he catch is catfish and so on. But I don't think he has gone to catch a shark before, because shark, number one, will determine the river or the wherever he's going to go to. He can't go to the pond looking for a shark. He can't go to the pond looking for a whale. He can't go to the pond looking for what do you call it? Any of these fishes that live in the large ocean, all right? You can't get them in tons. And that is one thing you need to note. So the type of lead you want to generate will determine the type of platform you should use. Then the next thing is the type of lead you want to generate will determine the type of bait you should use. So the question is, what is your bait? What have you been using to attract people? What do you have? Sorry, if you're a Muslim, I'm going to use a Bible example, all right? Now, this is it. In the Bible, in the Old Testament, the story of Elisha, I think, the prophet asking a woman, what do you have in your house? All right? And the woman responded that I have nothing. That is the case of most realtors. I have nothing. What do you have? I have nothing. Anytime I meet realtors, they always tell me they have nothing. What do you have? I have nothing. The woman said she had nothing, but she later said, I have nothing but a cruise of oil. All right? I have nothing but a cruise of oil. Most of you realtor, you undermine what you have in order to generate lead. Okay? You undermine what you have to be able to generate lead. Most of you were not born as realtors. Most of you did not start your life as realtors. Most of you did not come into this industry as the first industry, right? Some of you are coming from other industries. You have built connections. You have built professions. You have skills. You have something that people need, all right? And even though if you don't have, you need to go and learn, okay? Now, but the thing you need to learn, you need to look for the type of lead you are trying to get. You need to look for what you can give to them in order to attract them. See, all of you here now are my lead, right? You all here are my lead. How have I gotten you? I got you as my lead because I said I want to do training for you. If I did not organize a training like this, most of you, if I chat you up on your Facebook handle, telling you I have something to sell, you will not listen to me. Why? Because there are barriers. Number one, you will have a doubt. Can this person even do what he said he can do? Is this person whom he says he is? Can I trust this person with my money, with my time, with my resources? All right? There will be economic barriers. And this person that I have not tested before, how am I sure he can deliver? This one is asking for something, he's trying to sell me something of 100,000. Someone that I don't even know before. He's trying to sell me something of 100,000. There will be economic barriers. The same thing applies to you. When you want to sell property to some persons, there are economic barriers. When you want to generate lead, there are economic barriers. There are authority barriers. Does this person have what it takes? Authority barrier, knowledge barrier to deliver what he says he wants to deliver to me. When you say Ibejuleki will develop, the person you are talking to, does the person even know about Ibejuleki? Some of you want to generate lead and you are using product to run your ad. Abba, if you have been using product to do lead generation ad, that means you have not started. You don't do lead generation ad with products. You use a bait, and a bait cannot be your product. Are we together? Is somebody understanding me? If you know you're understanding me and you are following, please go to the comment section and say, I am following. All right, everybody, go to the comment section and say, I am following. Somebody mentioned webinar. That is very good. Somebody mentioned ebook. That is very good. Now, the ebook you are talking about, the webinar you are talking about, it must respond, or it must be in line with what the person, the type of lead you are looking for. You can't be trying to generate a lead of somebody like Dangote high net worth people in the society, Tony Elumelu, and so on and so forth, bank managers, and you tell them to come and learn digital marketing. Does the person tell you he has digital marketing problem? The person doesn't have digital marketing problem. Okay? So the question is, the lead type you are looking for should determine what you should use. So if your training or your marketing approach is coming from the angle of investment, please, what do you know about investment? Is it the one everybody is saying? Is that the one you two are saying? Investment, investment. Everybody in Lagos is shouting investment, investment. And whereas the realtors that are talking about investment, they don't invest on themselves. When was the last time you attend a paid corporate training? 90% or let me say 70% of realtors are looking for free places to attend free training. Is that the kind of thing you want to use to sell a property of 10 million or 10 billion, meet a billion, a sales target of 2 billion? Is that the knowledge you want to use to talk to Tony Elumelu? If you should organize a webinar, will Tony Elumelu be willing to attend? And if he will, why will he attend? So the point I'm making is the type of lead you are looking for should determine the bait you should use. And when you say ebook about what? The ebook should address the customer's concern. Now, 90% of you are looking for Nigerians in diaspora. What are the concerns of Nigerians in diaspora? Can you put it into an ebook? Or have you ever put the concerns of Nigerians in diaspora in respect to real estate investment, in respect to property investment? Have you ever put it in an ebook before? Have you put it in a video before? And what authority do you even have for them to trust you? When I go to your social media handle, what do I see? It's all about property, 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 property. So let me end there. Let's proceed further. Okay. Now, I believe some of you must have seen this before. Now, this is what we call the large market pyramid, all right? The large market pyramid. Some of you here are targeting people. And now, you are looking for ready-to-buy customers. Do you have what it takes to get ready-to-buy customers? Can you spend money? Is your brand popular? Who knows you? Like Port Harcourt people will say, who goes you? If the total population of Nigeria, okay, let me even ask, since we have more Lagosians here, Lagosians, please, I need a response to this question. What are the three sectors where Lagosians spend more money? Please, at the comment section, right away. Lagosians, what are the three sectors where Lagosians spend more money? All right, to the comment section. Everybody to the comment section, everybody to the comment section. What are the three sectors that Lagosians spend more money? Nobody know? Please type. Like I said, I don't do classes where only the speaker respond. Transportation, food, and housing. Beautiful. Any other person? Any other person? Transportation, food, and entertainment, housing, transportation, agriculture. All right, because of time, I'm just going to answer the question. Some of you got it correct. Transportation, food, and housing. Now, in Lagos, people spend more money in housing, and after housing is transportation, and after transportation is food. And do you know why restaurant business is moving more in Lagos than any other part of the country because Lagosians spend more money eating outside than they spend eating at home. As a realtor, you need to know all of this. You need to know where money is going to. You know how investment is done. If you want to analyze, if you want to tell somebody to invest, where you invest in where money is flowing to, currency, where the currency is flowing to is where people should invest in. Okay? Don't just tell people to invest because Dangote is building refinery. People should invest because Lagos has the largest population and the rates at which people spend money in housing in Lagos is high. So when anybody invests in Lagos, housing in Lagos, they're going to easily get their return on investments. All right? So don't just go for the angle of invest because Dangote is building refinery. That is not enough. So these are statistics you need to have in your fingerprints. So back to what I was saying that made me come to this place. Now, some of you are looking for ready to buy customers, ready to buy customers, ready to buy customer. Now I'm going to disappoint you today. There are barely ready to buy customers on social media. Take notes today. There are barely ready to buy customers on social media. Now, let me ask you, is Mr. Samuel still online? I guess Mr. Samuel is out, so I'm going to pick someone else. Who is ready to work with me next? Who is ready to work with me next? Who is ready to work with me next?
I'm still here anyway.
Okay, but you aren't responding. Okay, Mr. Samuel. Now, let me ask you, have you bought something online this year?
Yes,
What did you buy?
I bought pairs of clothes.
Clothes.
Yeah.
How did you find the vendor?
On Instagram, I just scrolled. I saw it through sponsor adverts.
Okay, you saw it through sponsor adverts and you bought. What was the worth of your transaction?
Yeah. It's about 15,000 naira.
15,000 naira. Now, let me ask you, Mr. Did you pay before you received the product or the product was delivered before you paid?
It was delivered before I paid.
It was delivered before you paid. If were to be paid before delivered, would you have purchased?
No.
Why?
Because I don't trust who I'm giving my money to.
Thank you. Now, Nigerians in diaspora, you are expecting them to send money when they don't trust you. That is number one. Okay? Now, that is out of it. Now, let's say you even pay. Will you pay for a product worth 1 million naira online? If you will pay for a product worth 1 million naira without seeing the vendor or knowing the vendor, please indicate on the comment section. You pay for a product worth 1 million naira. So the question is, or the comment is this: things you will not do, why do you expect other people to do them? Nigerians in diaspora, Nigerians in diaspora. Nigerians in diaspora, Nigerians in diaspora. You are expecting them to send money to buy a product they have not seen. Some of you, your social media status na cartoon dey there. I can't attach a face. Your WhatsApp, ordinary WhatsApp DP. Ordinary WhatsApp DP. You don't have. What are you hiding? And you want me to trust you to send you 1 million naira or 10 million naira without coming back first? Uncle, you're on your own. All right? These are some of the sales barriers that I'm already mentioning because I'll be combining some of the things. The sales barriers. Now, let me ask you another question, Mr. Samuel. Let's say you wanted to buy a particular cloth, okay? You don't know who is selling. How would you find it?
Sorry.
Sorry? Where will you go to? That is the question. What platform would you use? Hello, is Mr. Samuel there? Okay, this question is to the entire house.
Yeah,
now,
I'm here. I'm here.
I said if you want to buy something, you don't know who is selling. Okay? You don't know anybody selling.
Yeah.
Where would you go to search for it?
Google.
Google. Thank you. A lot of you
Yeah.
are typing Google. Now the question is, how many of you run ad on Google? As realtors, how many of you run ad on Google? Okay, Divine say I do. What is your result like? I do SEO. I don't understand. Where do you run? How many of you run ad on Google? You say I do SEO. Is that a question? Answer to the question, please. Yinka, please answer the question. Okay, somebody say I tried, but I wasn't getting it right. Somebody say I don't because I don't know how to. Okay. Okay, I've gotten 5 converted lead from Google. Now, because of time, let me proceed. Okay, so now the next point is this. If people go to Google to search, some of you run ad with Nigerian Property Center. Some of you run ad with GG. Some of you run ad with Property Pro or do list your product. That is not an ad. List your product on GG, Nigerian Property Center, Property Pro, and so on. So now the point is, do you know or have you seen that most of those people you are paying money, they are busy advertising. That money you pay them, they take a little part of it and use it to run ad on Google. Have you noticed that? You can even go to Google now and search maybe land for sale based on your location, all right? Land for sale in Ibejuleki, for those of you in Lagos, land for sale in Lekki, land for sale in Anambra, land for sale in Owerri, land for sale in Port Harcourt, land for sale, depending on your location, land for sale in Abuja, okay? Do that now and tell me what you would see, if you will see any realtor there. I use Google My Business. I started using it yesterday, and you started yesterday. That is not, you've not started. Is your account has your account been approved or verified? That's what. So have you searched? Please, I want people who would respond. Have you searched? If you have searched, I say go to your Google right now, search for property, land for sale or house for sale, depending on your location, and tell me the answer you get. Okay, Divine is saying I'm seeing GG and Property Pro. And what you see is their AD attached to the link you are seeing. What you see is their AD, yes. Okay, which means you spend money, your ad earn money, give it to Nigerian Property Center. They collect they gather everybody's money because they're not just going to advertise only your property alone. They combine all the houses for sale in Lekki and use it to run ad. Okay, they combine all the property for sale in Lekki, use it to run ad. All the property for land for sale in the Lekki, use it to run ad. And when people search ask for sale in Lekki, they find a link, and when they click on that link, it will show them every other realtor that has advertised there. And the possibility of you being fined or you've been found is very slim. And they tell you to pay for the highest plan so you can be among the top. Because when somebody clicks on that link and it goes to that place, the ones on top is the ones you will likely want to look at first. Why not do it yourself? Now back to the slide. All right? Is everybody following at all? I hope we are all following. Now back to what I have on the slide or on the screen. If there are 1 million customers, all right? If there are 1 million customers right now, if there are 1 million customers, okay? Currently, if there are 1 million customers, qualified customers, only 3% of them are ready to buy right now. That means if they see property they like, money is not an issue. If they see what they need right now, they will buy it. It's just 3%. Just 3. So what is 3% of 1 million naira? 3% of 1 million. That is about 300 if I'm not mistaken, or 30 if I'm not mistaken. 3%. So now this 3%, they buy from known brands. They don't just buy anyhow. They consider who is this person. They will consider the brand. They will consider the brand reputation. So it is not enough to run ad. You also need to run ad to build your brand. Don't only run ad for your product. Also run ad to build your brand. That is the message I'm trying to pass. Run ad to build your brand. 99% of you realtors, you only run ad to promote your product. That is wrong. The principle of running ad is getting known. You need to run ad to be known. You need to run ad to be liked and trusted. Then you need to run ad to transact. I repeat, run ad to be known, run ad to be liked and trusted, and run ad to transact. Until you fulfill this purpose, it's not too easy to sell. Are we together? Now, there's another percentage below, which is the 17% information gathering mode. The information gathering mode, these people are still searching for to make up. They are not yet ready to make up their mind, or they have not made up their mind yet. They are still thinking. They are still considering, should I buy a land with C of O, or should I buy the one with Gazette? They are still considering, should I buy in Ibejleki, or should I buy in Lekki? Should I buy in my village or in my state, or should I buy in Lagos? Some will say, Biafra, I am Biafra, so I need to buy in my state. Where do you? So these people are still yet to make up their mind. These people are yet to make up their mind. All right? So this is one of the best people to target with your ad. The 17% of the audience who are still searching for information. So when they make up their mind, they remember you are the one that gave them the information that guide them, so they will buy from you. So in order just to summarize this section, the best form of people to target is the 17% and the 20%. Not the 3%, not the 60% below, but 17 and 20. Those are the best people to target with your ad. People searching for information. And you are not targeting them with products, rather you are targeting them with information. Problem. The people here are problem aware, so you need to target them with problem by talking about the disadvantages of not investing. Problem, the economic problem of Nigeria. Problems, the economic problem of people not being able to pay their children's school fees. Problems of people running out of funds when they lose their job. Problems when they have nothing to fall back on when there is crisis. You target them with problem-related content. That is what you should use to run the ad. Then 17%, you target them. When you have targeted these 20% with problems, when these people become problem aware, then you take them, you now give them the information that will take them out of the problem. You target people who know people with problem. So the idea is these people, they are not problem aware. So you target them with the problem. And when they become problem aware, you target them with information. Information that will guide them. Okay, you say Nigeria economy is going down. So everybody is complaining about the Nigerian economy. Dollar keep rising day after day. People keep going down in the poverty margin. All right. So the question is, how do I come out of this problem? You need information, investment. And you need to analyze all other forms of investment. One other problem about you, realtor, is that you only know about real estate. No other thing. That is wrong. You need to know about cryptocurrency, not for you to practice cryptocurrency, but for you to know about cryptocurrency. Because there are people who are thinking about investment. They are considering whether to invest in cryptocurrency or to invest in real estate. So if you don't know about cryptocurrency, you will only be arguing blindly or giving the information blindly or trying to just defensive, to be on the defensive. You will give them the advantages of cryptocurrency, give them the disadvantages of cryptocurrency, and also give them the advantage and disadvantages of real estate, but magnify the advantage of the one you want to sell, which is real estate. Are we together? We are still on lead generation. It's because these are some of the things you need to generate lead. Somebody is raising up his hand. Please, if you have any question, put it on the comment section. So I ask again, whom have you been targeting? Because if they have known you here, they have known you here, they have known you here, when they see your product ad here, it is easy for them to take action. Some will not even, now this is it, I hold this pre-training. Let's say you need digital marketing. You likely come to me. If you did not attend the training, I get referrals. Some of you refer someone. There's this guy that used to hold digital marketing training. Is very good. You want to send someone to me. That is where referral comes in. All right. So it is beyond running ad. You need to know what you are running ad on. Are we together? So I'm going to give room for question right here before we proceed to the next points. I'm going to give room for question. First 5 questions, please ask meaningful question related to what we have done. We have done, not what we have not done, or asking me about Instagram. Please ask questions related to what we have said. So first 5 questions, I will attend to them. First 5 questions, first 5 questions, first 5 questions, going. First 5 questions. First 5 questions. What happens if someone loses a client to another competitor due to longer nurturing time? When you say longer nurturing time, what do you mean by longer nurturing time? Because this is it. What's the word? This is it. If you are nurturing, where are you doing the nurturing? Let's start from there. What platform are you using? Let's say, for an instance, if I follow you on your Facebook, People who are following you are lead. I hope you know. People who are following, if anybody you have is our social media handle is a lead, in case you don't know. And now let's say you are using your Facebook page as the platform for doing lead for nurturing your lead, right? You always post content that will educate them and so on. Inside that place where you are posting content, you have a section where you are also posting your products. So as they are seeing why they should buy, they are seeing the products. If you have a blog, as they are seeing the articles that educate them, they are seeing your products by the side. So when they are making up their mind, they already, now, if I visit your blog, okay? If I visit your blog, if you are good in digital marketing, you should know how to do retargeting. People who have visited your website, people who have visited your social media handle, who have engaged, you see their ad. You can retarget them, I mean, for them to see your ad. Okay? Now, for those of you who have registered for this training, if I want to reach you again, I don't need to start doing going to the platform to look for how to target you. All I will just do, I will upload all of your contacts, your email, your phone number. I will upload it back to the platforms, and I will you will see my ad again. Easy. So when you see, if you see me, I've done free training for you before, which is the lead magnet. I didn't charge you. Now, I now say I have a better training that will give you instant result now. Would you take it? And it's a paid version. Would you take it or not, Mr. Yinka? Maybe you should answer that question. Now, Mr. Godfrey say, if only 3% will buy now, how then do we target the 3%? You target them based on what they are searching for. That is your direct answer. Please, do buttress the 20% more. 20%. Okay, let me explain 20% for you. 20%, I mean, if you say I should invest, who are the people that are to invest? People who have investment problem, who don't invest, who have money problem, who have spending problem. Those are the people that should invest. They are aware that they have a money problem, all right? There are some people in Nigeria who are busy calling their village people that is their problem. Their village people is not their problem. The problem they have is because they don't invest, right? So if you should create content that educate, I have a realtor who have been able to create content and splitting down every month. She's always creating one content and one type of content. If you earn, is it 150? I'll be 100, 150,000 in Lagos. How to save that money until how to save 150, spend 150,000 to the point of raising money to be able to buy a plot of land in Lagos. If you earn 200,000, how to save it, how long you should save, how much you should spend, your household income. She will give you a breakdown, even with video evidence. Because she is a financial person, she will give you a breakdown of all of this, and with that, you will achieve your results. That kind of person, and there's no way she will explain that she will not mention real estate investments. Different things you can invest in, she would explain, but she would spend more time in explaining real estate. That kind of person, if I am among the people that she's educating, when I want to invest, I will remember her. That is the concept. I believe that has answered your question. Any other person? So, I guess there's no more questions, so I'll go to the next slide. I'm almost rounding up because I'll go to the practical section. I explained some things about lead generation. Now, when you talk about lead generation, what angle are you advertising from? Are you always mentioning investment? Is that the only way you advertise? Or how are you advertising? Put it on the comment section. Because most of the realtors I know, I see out there, everybody invest now, invest now, invest now, People are tired of hearing invest now, invest now. All right? The investment market is now becoming too competitive. Everybody must not exist in the investment market. Do you know where you live can affect your health? How many of you are aware of that? Where you live can affect your health. Have you written articles or made videos about ailments that springs out from where you live? Abigail say you are right. Okay, so now the question is, have you made a content talking about how where you live can affect your health, and use that kind of video to target, or that kind of content targeting people who always show interest, whom their interest online is health? It's not just about saying I want to target people, I want to target people. What are you using to target them? Make a video. Now